Hello and welcome into another edition of Cooling Down on the Birds Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Sammy Miller, alongside your broadcasters, Ian Nicholas and Dylan Pescatore. And the Firebirds were able to get it done tonight against the YD Red Sox, getting the first win of the series, winning 8-4. In a bit of a nail-biter, it came down once again in the 8th and 9th innings, because if you know the Firebirds, they like to make things interesting. So Dylan, my question to you is, take me through that 8th inning.
Well, the 8th inning, it all starts in the 7th inning because the Firebirds made it from 4-1 to 4-3, and it's a one-run game. The YD Red Sox bring in Boston Mabius, a lefty, to combat a lot of lefties in this order. Eddie King Jr. lines a single off of him. Then it's two straight lefties who had two really good at-bats. Brandon Stallman, a line drive to third base under the glove of the third baseman Theo Hardy, and then probably at-bat of the season. And we say that probably every game now because one guy has a great at-bat. Owen Carpellotti goes from 1-2 to walking against Boston Mabius, the lefty, who's really hard on lefties. And then Fenwick Trimble right off the bench. First at bat, hasn't even taken a swing yet because he wasn't on deck because Jake Casey was expecting the righty to come in. Fenwick Trimble sends it out of there, a walk-off, and then the Firebirds added another run, which was big. 8-4 was the score after 8. A big inning, a big comeback for the Firebirds.
The dugout was fired up, and this team is usually fired up, but they took it to a whole other level, and deservedly so. We also have to talk about the pitching because once again, I feel like a broken record, but in the best way possible, they came in and did their job, especially Everett did a phenomenal job of closing things out.
Everett Catlett got here maybe 5 days ago and did not have a good outing against Chatham. He'll tell you that himself. 4 runs in that one inning, or less than an inning against Chatham, was not his best. And you wondered, where would he come in this playoff rotation after only pitching one time with the Firebirds? Well, he comes in and he pitches 5 innings of one-run baseball. That one run was a 365-foot flyout that barely got out here in Red Wilson Field. So we're going to say scoreless, 1 run, whatever it is. It didn't matter because Catlett came in after 4 strong innings from Evan Truitt. As reliable as can get is Evan Truitt. 4 innings, 3 runs, keeps the team in the game, got a few big strikeouts as well, got out of a few jams, and then Catlett comes in. Not only is it big to get the win today, but also, once again, a rested bullpen for tomorrow other than Catlett.
That's going to be huge coming into today's game. I spoke to manager Kelly Nicholson, and he said that having a healthy bullpen is huge, and that's exactly what's continuing to happen for these Firebirds. Also, another positive for them tonight was their offense. They were starting to pass the baton on as the game went on. What did you see from the offensive side of the game, Ian?
Oh, it was just a team that knew how to take strong at-bats when they needed to the most, right? I mean, you go back and you pinpoint that 8th inning, a couple leadoff singles from Eddie King Jr. and Brandon Stallman, but then I think the biggest at-bat of the game, Dylan and I already talked about it, Owen Carpellotti's walk to load the bases. I mean, again, Boston Mabius was throwing curveball after curveball, and he's got a really good one, probably one of the best in the league, but Carpellotti laid off it, passed the baton, and then Fenwick Trimble did Fenwick Trimble, right? It was a sensational lead ahead moment for this Firebirds team, but it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Owen Carpellotti's at bat. And just, I know to sink in on that one at bat might not make the whole thing make sense, but I just think that moment in particular highlighted that this group is so unselfish and knows when to pass the baton and when to strike, and that was a perfect combination of both.
And heading into this playoff run, the Firebirds said, hey, we only need 6 wins. Well, now they have 3, looking to get 4 tomorrow and close out this series at Eldridge Park. How big is tomorrow's game?
Oh, it's everything, right? You want to clinch it home in front of the home faithful. You want to make it back to the championship series for the first time in 10 years. And the opportunity to do that tomorrow is going to be a fun one to watch. I think the YD pitching staff has used a lot of its big arms. So we're going to have to kind of mix and match against a Firebirds offense that knows how to get it done in the big moments. Interested to see who the Firebirds start. But winning tomorrow, making sure you don't come back to a ballpark that got 3 runs last night, that would be a home run nowhere else. You want to avoid coming back here one more time. That's why you got to win tomorrow.
I have the chills, and yes, it's a bit chilly, but it's not because of that. I know this team is fired up tomorrow. We'll see you guys at Eldridge Park.